Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dan the Glass Man here, and you are watching the Glass Cast, episode 12. So we're actually here on episode 12, guys. It's quite amazing to think 12 episodes already of me just rambling and ranting and raving. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. Most of the time, the Glass Cast, we're talking about um, different events, things that are occurring, different truths, different, just a lot of different situations and events that the world needs to talk about. But today we're going to have a little bit of fun, and we're simply going to talk about Balloon Fiesta. So we just got done with celebrating the 2023 Balloon Fiesta, a view from above. So as you can see, the theme is a view from above, and you can see all the beautiful balloons that participate. I don't know when this photo was taken. It could have been taken in 2022 or something like that, but you can see just how many different balloons are all involved here. And this is only some of them. This is only one, I guess one wave is what they call it. So they put balloons up, and they all take off all at once, and then more will inflate, and then those take off. And I think they have like at least 2 or 3 waves of balloons that take off in the morning. So, as you may know, I am a balloonatic. I'm completely ready for next year. As you can see, they already come out with the theme. They come out with the date. They come out with everything all ready to go. This is for next year, guys. Embrace the sky. So we're already talking about Embrace the Sky 2024, guys. We're no longer talking about 2023. We're now talking about 2024. And this is a official Balloon Fiesta sticker. You can see the phone number there. You can see their address, their email, phone number 505-821-1000, and their email or their website is www.balloonfiesta.com. So if you want to check out Balloon Fiesta, go to balloonfiesta.com. Check them out. You know what's funny is that I endorse, I'm a huge supporter of Balloon Fiesta, of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I'm a huge supporter. I'm always promoting them, always endorsing them for free. And what's funny is that I personally, on my own Facebook account, I believe Facebook, maybe even with YouTube too. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure with Facebook, I've been banned from their website, from their actual Facebook page, that I can no longer like comment. I can't post or anything, but I can actually tag them. So I can still like post up things and tag them up, but I can't utilize their page because years ago, when I was first getting into making glass balloons, which I don't know if you guys know about my glass balloons, but I make some really, really cool balloons here, little pendants, or little miniature ornaments that you can hang in your window, in your your rear view mirror in your vehicle. I do replicas of balloons. So I actually take balloon cards and then I make them. So this is one that I was attempting to make, and I'm not 100% on it. I think we'll have to see if the person who ordered them, if they're happy with them, then I'll let them go. And I'll probably let them go a little bit less than what I was going to ask for. So for I don't even know how long now, almost 25 years, I think I've been making these glass balloons and offering them. And in that time, whenever Facebook started, I was trying to let people know, like, hey, if you want to get some other type of items, that are handmade, really cool balloon items, that you can find glass balloons, and you can find me in Old Town doing live demonstrations, and you can come bring me your balloon card You know, you can bring me a balloon card. This is our card here, Polar Dawn. But you can bring me your balloon card, and then I can make it. You know, I can replicate it for you. And you know, there's a lot of different balloons that I actually need to make. Still, you know, this year I have these balloons. So people, I meet pilots, I meet crew members while I'm out there on the field, and they bring me their cards, and I get to make them. So this one here is known as Knight Rider, and this one here is known as Plum Fancy, which I found out a friend of ours in the music community here in Albuquerque. I believe his name's Mike Fitch. Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Matt Fitch. He's a horn player. Used to play in several different bands that I know of. And so these are balloons that I need to make with the glass balloons. And so I guess I got banned or boycotted from the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta website or Facebook page, and they no longer allow me to comment there. But I can still see their post. I don't even know if I can like them. Maybe I can like their post, but I can't comment. And I don't know if I can share their post. But I can make my own post, and then I can tag them in it, which is interesting, because I don't know if the tag actually shows them or not. But, so I've been making glass balloons since around 1999 or around 2000, when, I don't know if I have it now. I'm like, where is the original balloon? I thought I had it up here. It might have fallen. I don't see it. But the original balloon that I made was Cutie Dink, and so I had a neighbor who came by, asked if I could make that balloon, and that was back in like 99 or 2000. And from that point on, I started replicating balloons, just taking trading cards and then making them. Like this one here, the 50th anniversary, and then here's an attempt of the 50th anniversary balloon. That one could be a lot better, definitely, and I want to replicate that again. But as you can see, I take the cards and then I replicate them, and I can take photos too. You know, I can take photo of a balloon. It's better if I have a lot of different images, or if I can at least know what the balloon name is. If you can tell me what the balloon is, then I can really I could really figure out what it looks like in different images and stuff. Here's another one. So this year while I was out there crewing, and that's the thing, is I started crewing in 2015, but I've been making glass balloons for a lot longer. So for like 25 years I've been making glass balloons, and for almost 10 years I've been crewing. Here's a few more balloons that I've been asked to make. Here's a Whitaker's Gift. Here is what is it called? Amelia Bearheart. And then this one here, this one's really cool. I really like this one. This one's called Divine Appointment. Divine Appointment. I really love that one. And then this one here is another one, Desert Hummingbird. So I got to meet the individuals here who are part of the balloons. Who did I meet specifically? I'm trying to remember. I believe it was Sam, actually, with Divine Appointment. And Sam is the one that I'm going to be meeting to get all these balloons made and then given to the right individuals. And then they purchase their balloons, basically, from me. I make them for like $40 and up on the replicas. And then when I'm making just, regular basic balloons like this, then those ones are $20. And the price is definitely going to go up next year. I'm going to put all these cards. So these are all the cards of the ones that I need to make and replicate. And we'll put ours in there as well. So all these cards right here are all the ones that I need to make and replicate. Now this year, for the first time ever, this is the first time it ever occurred to me. It ever happened. I don't know if I have them. Oh. Uh-oh. Maybe I don't have them here. So they make balloon pins, and I don't know where all my balloon pins are that I received this year, but I can show you some of them. So here's one. This is a balloon pin, and it's a very simple balloon pin. You get a balloon, and it's a pin. It's got a little backing on it, so then you can wear it. And some of them are official Fiesta, so this has the Fiesta stamp. So this is an official Dawn Patrol Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta pin. And you can find different ones. Some of them have that stamp on them, and some of them don't. So some people just make them, and some people don't. This year they had, these are official. You can see the official Fiesta logo right there. And so they had these here, which are the hexagon ones this year. And what's cool is that if you get a few of them, you can piece them together. And my daughter actually got one too. She did the Discovery Zone there. They do a little kids area there where you can learn how balloons fly and different things. But check it out. You can piece them all together, and you can have like a whole bunch of them. I think they have like a total of like 7 of them, so they can all fit together. So this year, not these ones, but the cards I just showed you, some of those individuals, they started to order their balloons, their glass balloons, by giving me their pins, which that is so awesome. That's an honor. So let's talk about all of Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, and let's pull up some things here, because I would love to show you, if I could find it actually. So this is Sunday, October 8th of 2023. This is the day 2. So pretty much we had flights every day except for 2 days where we couldn't fly. And so I work with Polar Dawn here. I crew with Polar Dawn, and we fly for Dawn Patrol. So this shirt right here, this is from last year, from 2022. But you can see our balloon right here, and this is all of Dawn Patrol. So you can see Albuquerque Dawn Patrol. These are all the different balloons, and you can see there's not very many. So it's only a handful of balloons that are handpicked and selected to be part of the Dawn Patrol at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So it's a very special tight group of balloonists that all come together every year and get to fly for a Dawn Patrol. Dawn Patrol is the only nighttime, and I say nighttime because it's, it's in the morning, but it's in the dark. So it's the only nighttime balloon glow in the sky. It's where we actually lift off, and we actually have a balloon glow that occurs in the sky. Most of the time, a balloon glow, what a balloon glow is when the balloons stand up just like this, and they're on the ground, and they just stand, and then they burn. They hit their burners, and they get them to light up. So they get the burners to burn and light up. And let's see if I can get this to replay here, and I can show you a little bit of Dawn Patrol here. And I muted the sound, that way we don't have any sound. We don't have to worry about the copyright or anything like that. And I believe I can just show you this without any issues from YouTube. So every day we go out there for Dawn Patrol. I've been crewing with Polar Dawn. Well, actually, I've been crewing with the pilot Rick Jones since 2015. So I've been going out to Balloon Fiesta pretty much every year and every day that I can. And this year was every day. I didn't miss a single day. I thought I was going to have to miss one day, the last day, which would have sucked, because then I wasn't going to be able to like say goodbyes to everyone. But here, let's get this screen, make it big. So every day during Balloon Fiesta, they have the show Balloon Fiesta Live. And this is all set up by the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, which is probably the same individuals that run the Facebook page that that doesn't allow me to comment that I've been banned. I think I'm banned for life. I don't think they can um, go back on that. I don't know. Like, an administrator could easily just go in and unban me or whatever, right? But I guess I'm banned for life, even though I'm a huge supporter, huge promoter, huge endorser of Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm part of it, but I'm not allowed to comment anymore because I guess I overreached my privileges or whatever. Like, I'm just trying to share that I make something very unique and authentic here. It's not authentic. It's it's unofficial, official Balloon Fiesta material. you know, like there's no one else in the world who can replicate your balloons for you besides me. At least for now. Eventually, if I keep saying this more and more and more, eventually my competitors will come out and finally try to attempt to make these balloons. But will they then have the time to actually sit here for hours and hours and hours making only balloons and put away all their other orders? Because a lot of glass blowers, we spend years establishing our accounts, you know, and I've actually spent years um, removing my account and actually going from a wholesale situation where I'm just giving all of my glass away at wholesale prices, which is like, a third of what the shops are making. At least half, half to a third of what they're making is all I'm making, but I'm cranking them out, and I figured, well, it's time to go retail and make all the profits myself, and keep my glass extremely exclusive. So people ask me, do you have an Etsy page? Do you have a website? Do you have this? Do you have that? Can I see your inventory? I'm like, this, you want to see my inventory? Here it is. That's my inventory. Every year I sell out on all my glass balloons. Every time I'm crewing for Dawn Patrol, like even just the crew alone, our balloon crew from Dawn Patrol, from Polar Dawn, they buy up so many of these, and I give them awesome like family discount, family deals. But this is my inventory. This is it right here. This is the one. Maybe we'll give this away to the person who watches this entire episode and has the longest watch time on this episode. Maybe this will be yours. We'll decide at the end of the video. We'll see if you last till the end. So, if you'd like to win this very last one of its kind, stay tuned to see if I give it a International Balloon Fiesta. Dun 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 dun. They always show with big music. It's like we're in the 70s. They got Art Lloyd Jr. and Glenn Moyer, who are like, I think Art Lloyd Jr. is the producer of the show, and he's kind of old, so I think he knows all the old music and stuff from back in the day, and it's like it's timeless. Like you could watch this in the 80s and the music would match. You could watch this in the 90s, early 2000s, even now in 2020s, and the music is still like all the same thing. But here we go. This is I believe this is early Sunday. We're starting off it looks like it's really bright, but I believe this is like in the night. I'm pretty sure they start off with Dawn Patrol, and with us, with our team of balloons, unless for some reason this day they didn't have Dawn Patrol. Yeah, no, I don't know. Okay, so this isn't going to show you Dawn Patrol. But basically every day you can watch Balloon Fiesta live. You can go back because all of this is archived. So if you missed anything of Balloon Fiesta, you can easily just go back and watch the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta live. So let's go right to their page here. I'm gonna give them even more promotion for free, even though I've been banned. So, so let's talk about what is Dawn Patrol. Dawn Patrol is the first balloons that go up in the air in the morning. We fly at 6 a.m. while it's still dark, before the sun comes up. So we are the only official like balloon glow in the sky. There have been some amazing photographs, including the one that I used for the screenshot of this video, where on Monday, and that's what I'd like to show you, is the Monday, October the, I don't know what that was, October 9th or something like that. And the full list of 2023 Balloon Fiesta Live. So we can go to the full playlist here. And maybe I'll put their links in here, but you can easily find it. And then they have it all dated. So you see Saturday, the first day, October 7th, then the evening. So you have the AM, the morning shows, and then the PM, AM, PM. So on the Monday, October 9th, this is the day that I actually flew. So we're gonna watch this day here, and you can see Dawn Patrol. And as we watch this, I'll talk a little bit about Dawn Patrol some more. So our pilot's name is Rick Jones. He's been flying for I don't know how long, at least 20 some years, if not longer. I really don't know. He's a world-renowned pilot. He's been flying around the world. You know, we call this like the on season. So on the off season, like he still flies balloons around the world, even though we're not doing Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. He's still somewhere in the world flying. You know, he flew through the eclipse down south. I believe I believe it was in Argentina, but I'm not 100% sure. And there's a beautiful shot of his balloon in front of the eclipse, on a huge poster, which I should have on my wall here, but I don't. I have other balloon things on here, but I don't have that poster up. He flew recently over Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the largest mountain in the world in Africa, and he flew with a beautiful balloon, which I don't know if I have it. Oh, but I just found the Cloud Hopper. So if I found this one, maybe, no, they don't have it. I don't think they have their card yet made for that one. So they have a new balloon called Piano Man. And yeah, these individuals actually asked me to make their balloon too. Check that out. They asked me to make that balloon. But this one here, Marissa Myers, she has a, this is called a Cloud Hopper. She bought this one off of Rick Jones, and then she bought a new one off Rick Jones. And I guess she doesn't have balloon cards made for it yet. It used to be known as Kilimanjaro, but now it's known as Piano Man. And it's a beautiful balloon. One of the most beautiful balloons I've ever seen. Okay, so let's take this back to Dawn Patrol, guys. And then I can show you what Dawn Patrol really is all about. So here we go. We're out there in the night. It's or early morning, but we call it night. You know, it's the night of the sky. The night of day, I guess, is what you'd call it. You know, it's at dawn. You know, where Dawn Patrol is right before the sun comes up. So it's completely dark out there on the field, and then when we light up our balloons and when we inflate them, you know, they inflate on the sides, and then they lift up. Eventually, they're standing up. We create a beautiful show. It's a balloon glow where the balloons glow from the fire. And our balloon specifically is made with an ultralight fabric, so it's meant to glow. Polar Dawn is meant for dawn. Excuse me, it's meant for dawn patrol. Oh, here's a couple more that I've made. So these are, when you put two of these together and you lay them down, like our balloons here, when they're laying down like this towards you and they inflate, there's brown tops on these, right? And they're pink. So they kind of look like boobs. They're called toots. It's called toots. I thought they was the boobalinas, but I guess it's toots. Toots balloons. I thought they were boobalinas. So maybe I had the name wrong the whole time. They gave me a whole bunch of them. So I have a whole bunch of these cards to give away now. They gave me a ton. I got to make sure that my kids have their cards in their collection. But yeah, we'll keep two of those. These are balloons that I have to make, so we're just going to keep on putting them in the baggie here. They're showing the Chick-fil-A balloon, so that's usually a big sponsor for Balloon Fiesta. Also Krispy Kreme balloon, and Krispy Kreme, they're a huge sponsor. Dawn Patrol on this day was a very spectacular day. It was a mass ascension, and what that means, it means all mass, you know, all of it, the whole mass, all the balloons all at once ascend. So it's a mass ascension of Dawn Patrol. And this day, the winds were so calm, such a perfect, beautiful day. This was the day that I went out and spoke with was it? No, because this is on Monday. This was the day that I went looking for Steve Stucker. He's the guy, you know, the balloon guy with all the pins. He's got all the pins on him, right? And so this guy, and we're going to try to make him something special. So I'm going to put him in the baggie here. So he wasn't out there for the first time ever in history. That was his first day not being at Balloon Fiesta Park. My friend Leah Black was actually hired to sing the national anthem that day. So she was on the main stage. I went to go say hi to her. She wasn't there yet because we're so early. That's the thing. For Dawn Patrol, oh, here you go. So now we're going to start heating up the air. We do a cold inflate. We use a fan to blow air into the envelope. So the balloon itself is known as the envelope. And we are over here. This is our balloon right here next to the American flag one. They kept moving us from different spaces. So we would be here. I think this was M2. And then sometimes we'd be at M4. They kept swapping us from time to time. So on this day, we were closer to the crowd. Usually the crowd is lined up right here. The front of the field is over here with all the vendor row, all up on this side. This is the back of the field where most people don't go to, but that's the best place to find the porta potties because they're less crowded, less lines. There they go. Now they're standing up. So they're usually laying down, cold inflate with the fan, inflates them. Our balloon on top here, we have a blue crown or a blue parachute, a blue chute, and on the chute there is polar bears. So this is our balloon right here, Polar Dawn. This is the shirt I wore pretty much all week. I washed it once, but this is our shirt that I wore all week. There's our balloon right there. I'm somewhere down there either getting in the basket or signing the waiver to sign my life away. Like, come on, get rid of that. Sorry about that. There's a floating oasis. They have a beautiful balloon. I really love their balloon. And this year, I would love to actually try to replicate this balloon floating oasis, and all of the Dawn Patrol balloons. I'm gonna put this one in the baggie here as well. So I'm just making myself a list of work that I need to do for the year. What's cool is that I get all these pictures of the balloons that I need to make or try to make. This is the first racer balloon that I've ever made. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I probably need to make more of these eventually this year for next year, so we'll put that in the bag as well. So Dawn Patrol, what does it entail? It entails waking up at about 2 or 3 a.m. every morning to get up, to give yourself enough, however much time you need to get ready, is what you should be doing. You know, I only need like, 30 to 40 minutes to be comfortably ready, be able to get myself something to eat if I need to be able to have my morning smoke session, my wake and bake, to be able to get ready, get my shirt on, my crew shirt. This is the polar bears that we have on top of our balloon. So when it's inflating, you'll be able to see mama and baby bear. They'll come up, like they'll be all like laying flat, and then finally the balloon will like start to rise, and then eventually you're like, whoa, I got polar bears on top of the balloon. And then it goes up, right? And then it stands, and then you can't see the polar bears up on top here. So where this balloon right here, you can't see the top anymore. You can't see the bears unless you're looking up into the bottom of the balloon is the skirt. So if you look up the skirt of the balloon, then you can see the top. You can see the chute or the crown. And so what it entails is waking up, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, get ready to go, leave your house in enough time to meet so wherever you're coming from, you need to give yourself enough driving time to meet the crew at the pickup spot. And that's where the van rolls in. So our pilot comes in with his van, and we also have other chase vehicles that then will have special permits to get onto the field. And we only can have like 2 or 3 vehicles in total. We have the main chase vehicle, and then we have other vehicles for shuttling people back and forth and chasing with us. So this morning here, we all meet by about 4:15, load up by about 4:20, and leave. Where we met this year, we were like 5 or 10 minutes away from the field. So by the time we got onto the field and we started unloading everything, we were pretty much like ready to go at like 4:45 every morning. And usually our goal is to get on the field by 5 a.m. and have a whole hour to unpack. So this year we were very efficient with our timing, and we had enough time to go in and get our we'd go get our breakfast in the morning. So sometimes, being that we're Dawn Patrol, we don't always have the privilege to do so, but sometimes we have the opportunity to go walk in to the pilot's tent. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have one here somewhere. So then you go into the pilot's tent. Uh-oh. And somewhere, like maybe I don't have it. Oh, there's my earphones. I was looking for those. Okay. Good thing I found those, because they would have been stuck in my jacket for a long time. Alright, well, I don't know where it is, but usually you get this really cool pin. Like, where did my pin go? I lost it. And that allows you into the pilot's tent, to where then you can get breakfast and stuff. So we had a lot of time in the week to get to the pilot's tent, and then you go get like free. They give you waffles. They normally have some sort of hot food, so like they'll have like breakfast burritos wrapped up, or Frito pies, or oatmeal, or chicken green chili stew, and and yeah, it's kind of weird to eat that kind of stuff in the morning, but it's really nice and good and warm. But it's early, so eating green chili stew in the morning, your stomach may not like it. Some people's stomachs get all thrown off. Mine is fine with it. I can eat it, and then also put some donuts on top of that and some hot cocoa. Have some oatmeal. Have a waffle. You get all kinds of other snacks. So then you grab some snacks. And what's funny is you can't get like a whole bunch of donuts for the crew. And they're always like watching, like, here's only one donut for you. So they're like a bunch of donut Nazis over there. And you're like, you're trying to be all sneaky. Like, well, I want to bring one back to my pilot. And if I can bring one back to like other crew members who are like been really there every day and prominent, and they're still over there working, and you feel bad that you made it to the pilot's tent for the breakfast and they didn't make it, that you want to at least bring them a donut, right? Or something. Bring them some orange juice or milk in your pocket or whatever you can. So I did my best every day to just go back, and there's two donut people. So I'd go back and I'd get one donut and I'd cover it with the plate and I'd stack it on my table right there, and I'd go back to the other person and I'd get another donut and I'd put it on my table right there stacked up, and I'd be eating my whatever green chili stew or my oatmeal or whatever I was eating. And then I'd go back, I'd like wait for like 20 or 30 people to go through, and then I'd go back and I'd try to like either take off my jacket or look a little bit different in some way. Or on days when when my kids were there, I'd be like, hey, go get me a donut from them. And then I'd be like, hey, go get me a donut from the other person. So I would have like these stacks of donuts. And one day I almost got caught. I did get caught. And the lady tried to steal the donuts from me. She's like, you can't have that many donuts. And she took like half my stack and moved it to the side on her table. I was like, no, those are for my family. They just went and got a table, and my wife is disabled, and I got to go walk them over there, which all of that's true. My family did just go find a table, and my wife is disabled, and I was carrying some of the donuts for them. But not all of them. They were for our crew. And yeah, so I did do that, and I feel the way I feel is like if they got the sponsorship for the donuts for all the crews to be there, and we should all have the opportunity to get into the food tent, the pilot tent in the morning. Well, they should already have enough donuts for everyone, right? So if we have that many crew members on the field, or whether they come in or they are still on the field, they should still have enough donuts for everyone, right? But I guess not. I guess we can't take a dozen donuts per team. so so you try to go and you run, you do all that before the balloon gets inflated. So we're normally there in the mornings. This is Monday. So on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they had the drone show at 5:45 in the morning. And as soon as that's done, it's like a 10 or 12 minute show. And as soon as it's done, then we start to do the inflate, where we get the fans on, the balloon gets inflated with cold air, and then as soon as it's big enough, the mouth has been opened up, and the mouth has been opened, and there's enough air in there, then the pilot, while the basket's laying down on its side and the burners are laying down on the side and everything, then they sit there and they hit their burner, and a big old blast, boom, it hits. And so on this morning here, and I'm going to show you two different perspectives of this morning here. So this is us getting ready. I probably didn't have time to go to the pilot tent that morning, because I went to go see if my friend Leah was there, and I went to go say hi to Steve Stucker again, but he wasn't there for the first time ever in history. It was his first day he ever wasn't at Balloon Fiesta, because he's now retired. So I went back to the balloon. As soon as I came back, our crew chief said, hey, Dan, you're flying today. I'm like, okay, thanks for volunteering me. Like, I'm always ready to go anytime. And all right, let's do this. So I was volunteered to fly this day. It just so happened to be the best, the perfect day. So sometimes we launch from one end of the field to the other, where we'll launch this balloon up and this balloon, and they kind of do this like a wave effect, right? Where then the middle row goes at the end, these ones go first. Or they'll do like a stagnant, this one, then 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 this one, this one, this one, and they all like go up, right? Or they'll do some kind of wave, or maybe the centers will go first and then out to the end, like however they do it. On this day, however, they did what they stagnated the balloon. So usually we're all lined up in a row, right? Well, on this day they had a balloon here, and then they had the other balloon walk itself out. So you basically inflate to where the whole balloon is light enough, and then your crew basically like picks it up by the ropes and just walks it gently over and out to the field. So at this point, we're probably getting our balloons all prepared and ready to get lined up. They'll probably start walking the balloons out here. You might start seeing balloons moving towards you this way. I think every time that they did this, we stayed in place and the other two balloons moved. So we're here. So Floating Oasis and Tim Taylor's balloon, they'll walk out this way. These guys will walk out this way. So we're all stagnated. But then we all do a mass ascension. So that means instead of going from the very ends or whatever, we all go up together, all at once. This morning was spectacular. This was the best day for photos, for video. Some of the balloon pilots said that if you want to see this, always go check out Dawn Patrol in Reno. I guess Reno, Nevada, when they fly Dawn Patrol, they always have these sort of like air conditions or calm wind conditions where it's beautiful. All right, so we'll see right here. I think we're all lined up right now, but you'll probably see the balloons start to get walked out. I don't know if you can see the crowds here, but Chick-fil-A was the first balloon. So right here behind us, like on this side of the balloon, here would be the vendor row. This is where everyone enters, and then you walk out to the field. This is where everyone, as soon as the balloons stand up, everyone on the field sees it, and the whole crowd gathers. There's like, hundreds of thousands of people, and they all try to like come to see this, the area of the balloons, and usually they all conglomerate right around the very first like 1, 2, or 3 balloons there. So I think on this day, being that we were the third balloon over, we did get a little bit of a crowd to watch us here. I believe now they're stagnated to where this balloon is here and these balloons are now out. Yep. So now you can see there's 2 rows of balloons once they inflate and light up here. And also during this whole time, there's an earpiece in the pilot's ear. He's listening in to what he should be doing, what's going on. They're being told how they're going to stagnate it. Sometimes they're not stagnated. They'll tell him we're going to do a mass ascension, or we're going to do a, from each ends, or however they're going to fly. So then the pilots know what they're supposed to do to put on a show for the crowd. So now we're going to do a mass ascension, all balloons going up all at once. Beforehand, they'll do these things where they'll say, okay, we're going to do a flicker burn. And they'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flicker burn. Then they do flicker burn. This is an all burn, where all the balloons burn. And you can see just how bright some balloons are compared to others. I don't know if I can fast forward any. So now this is a pilot briefing for all the rest of the balloons. So Dawn Patrol has their very own pilot briefing. So Dawn Patrol is extremely exclusive. We're actually not even a part of the official Balloon Fiesta, although we are, but we're not. Like, it's weird. It's a weird thing. So we get to fly when other balloonists don't get to. we have the privilege of being able to do that. So as we're getting ready to fly, we are also like the guinea pigs of the day. Like, okay, all the rest of the balloon pilots now that are all standing around in this crowd here, they're watching what we are doing. They're watching where their balloons are taking off. So if you have some sort of like a south wind or whatever, you'll take off this way. And they'll watch and they'll see like, okay, they're up like 100 feet, they're up like 200 feet, 300 feet or whatever. And then maybe the winds will change, and the higher you go, then it starts bringing you this way. Like, okay, cool. And then they start watching, and that's what's known as the Albuquerque box. And then if you drop back down, then it starts to push you back, right? So the ground winds might be one direction, where a little bit higher up, a few hundred, a few thousand feet up, could be different. Now on this day, the winds were so calm and perfect that when we flew, all the balloons just like we're floating right now. We're all going up all at once, and all the balloons just, I don't know, something about, they were saying like the air was so light or so something, so calm. We were able to just all stay together like a cluster of balloons, like a child holding a bunch of balloons all in one. So we're now up. I'm actually in the Polar Dawn balloon, and you'll be able to see this whole perspective here of the Balloon Fiesta Live, which is brought to you by ExxonMobil. And we'll be able to see just how beautiful this mass ascension is. I don't even know if I really got to watch this live video footage yet. And there's different baskets. So this is a triangular shaped basket known as a firefly, I believe. We have a square basket. So as we're flying, they're now talking about our pattern, how we're going. The balloonists are watching our directions and everything, the speed, all of that. So it's really awesome to be a part of Dawn Patrol, to be a part of just any balloon crew. A lot of people have experienced Balloon Fiesta by going to it. If you're in Albuquerque, you see balloons every morning. We could go outside right now and there'll be balloons to the north of us and out to the west side. Balloon riders or rainbow riders, they're always, here's a rainbow rider balloon right here. And it's their red or green balloon. And you can actually get balloon rides from them. During the fiesta, they're like, I think $550. And if you get rides like today when it's not fiesta, then I think they're like $150, $200 a person or something like that. So you can see right here, we're completely like clustered. Balloons are touching each other at some point. I'm filming here, so we're going to watch that perspective here in just a moment. But this is amazing. We got so many amazing photos, videos of our cluster, our mass ascension here. And it gets a little wild too, because then the balloons start like rubbing up against each other like this. And you got to remember the gondolas are like right below, right? And sometimes those gondolas, like, we're almost rubbing up onto the envelopes. Oh, I didn't realize one balloon actually got away from the cluster. So also, one thing, so while I'm flying, I don't know if you can see the little lights. It might look like stars, but we have flight lights that we need to have for airplanes to be able to see us in the sky. When you don't have your burner on, you can't tell there's a balloon right there until it actually burns, and maybe it'll do that. So yeah, then you can see, oh yeah, and you can see that little light right there. It's a light hanging just directly from underneath the basket or under the gondola. Yeah, you can still see the lights right there. Oh, but we as a passenger, and I guess if a pilot flies, well, I don't know if a Dawn Patrol pilot ever flies alone, because I think they need someone to actually put the lights out for them. I've never actually heard of a Dawn Patrol balloon going up with only the pilot. That would be something to wonder about, to ask. I don't think they would, because they have to worry about the burning and watching the where the aircraft is going. The balloon is an aircraft, and paying attention to all this stuff. They don't have time to be putting the lights out. So as you can see, I don't know if that's me or not. No, that's the American balloon. So you can see there's someone is hanging one of the lights out. There's two lights, so eventually once we get high enough, then you can dangle that other light out. Oh, I think he has two lights out there. So there's a blinking one and another one. So when we were clustered together here, we stuck in formation like this for, I don't know how long, a good 40 minutes, 45 minutes, I'm not really sure. It was so spectacular to witness this live from the basket, and to be able to see the balloons so close together that I felt like I could just reach out and shake each other's hands. We were so close. But yet, it's not that close, because the balloons are so wide that when we're touching, like, it seemed like you could. It was that close in proximity. And it was just amazing how we all stayed clustered. There was one individual who was flying, hanging outside of the basket, like the way that Sid Cutter, his statue is. But yeah, you can just see we're all just clustered together right there. And there's our balloon right in front. And you can see that we're not really hitting the burner too often. That's one thing that I noticed, was he stayed in a nice control and just floated there. And just hit the burner every once in a while. There's a burner. Everyone else is burning. There's a burner. Just a slight lift. Stay with them all. That's me. Right there, a little tiny dot. So yeah, this was so cool to see. And I'll show you the other video, and I'm pretty sure that I can share the audio of that one, since it's my own audio. One balloon away from the group, but the rest of us are all in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 total. I don't know how many are all in the cluster. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 and 7. I think there's 7 all in the cluster and then 1 above. So Dawn Patrol that day was only 8 balloons. I think the most we had on opening day was 11, and then every day it was only about, I think, 6 or 7 of us. But this day there's 8 of us here, 7 in the cluster. So I'd love to try to replicate this scene here, and all the balloons all clustered up together like this, and replicate them all, and then somehow like stick them together to where they're all a cluster. I think that'd be really cool. And then maybe we could just pull that 8th one down, and we'll just bring it into the cluster. But he's kind of in it. He's right there. You just need to open his chute a little, and he'd join us. But not, you don't want to open the chute and then come down on top of another balloon and have your basket pierce another balloon and rip it open. So this was very beautiful and spectacular, but also quite dangerous with some of the things that we were doing. But look at those shots. Look at that. All glow, all burn. So beautiful. So as you can see, we are the only balloon glow in the sky that flies. We have to fly, like our conditions have to be that we need to be able to fly at least until sunrise. That way we can see if there's any telephone poles, any electrical wires, anything like that. We have to be able to see where we're landing to know it's a safe landing. So yeah, it's amazing to be a part of the whole thing, Dawn Patrol and all of it. and just to be a part of Balloon Fiesta, you know, it's so cool to oh, here's another one. This is another racer. What's cool is now people recognize me. I'm just walking around. This individual, Natasha, she's driving by and she just yells out the window, "Hey, Glassman!" She recognized me. And she's like, "Hey, I want you to make my balloon." So now I've been asked to make this one as well, another racer. So now we got Wonder Woman. I'm going to add that in the collection as well. So every year I go to Balloon Fiesta, and I always collect cards, but now it seems like I'm collecting cards and collecting pins of individuals that want me to make their balloons, and even stickers too. I'm even getting cool stickers and stuff. And so now it's really fun to be able to get these orders in this way. And usually I go out and I try to get like a big old stack of balloons, right? This is small compared to what I normally do. So I go out and I see like which balloons do I want to try to make, you know. And all these balloons, like I was like, yeah, that'd be cool to try to make. That one would be cool to try to make. This one's getting pretty iconic right here. I don't know if you guys know Monty, the black sheep. But he's got plush dolls now and everything. Monty is getting pretty iconic. People love this, the truly New Mexico, which is the New Mexico tree balloon. People love that one. I don't think I could do a skull on a balloon with those colors, but maybe. I don't know if they were a part of Dawn Patrol this year or not. I don't think so. So I go through all my balloon cards and I'm like, which ones can I make? This one was cool because it had the history of ballooning. It had all the three animals, the sheep, the chicken, and the, what else was it? The rooster? The sheep? I don't remember. There's three animals that were the very first animals to ever fly in a hot air balloon. Simba would be cool to make. Oh, so this is the very first one. This is an RC. So I met Bryce Risley, and I met him. He's a photographer. He came over and he did some photos, did a photo shoot with me and blowing glass, making a balloon. And this is the very first RC balloon I ever made. I gave him as a gift this year. I'm going to replicate it again because I wasn't happy with it. Ooh, the shamrock balloon. This is a beautiful balloon. I like that one. And I was asked if I could make a shamrock balloon. Not that one specifically, but I figure I could probably make that. Oh. General Manager of Cameron Balloons. Very important. That individual wants to work with me on some glass balloons. so we can give them out to different individuals. Oh, there's some more of those. So yeah, we're still just watching a Polar Dawn here and Dawn Patrol. I met this driver here of Rainbow Riders. I figured I'd probably make that one. It's simple, just red. Looking through here, I did meet these individuals, Itsy, but they were really quiet up until the end of the day, and then I started helping them crew. I don't know if I'm going to try to make their balloon or not. We'll put it in the maybe right there. 5280 Fire. That's interesting balloon. I could probably make that one, but I wasn't asked to make it. Mini Hearts. This is the RC of Hearts of Fire. I've made many of those. I wasn't asked to make those again though. Chain Gang. I don't know if I was asked to make the Chain Gang or not. Maybe. Lots of balloons. Oh, this is one that I just want to make. I don't know if I was asked to make it or not, but I love that. I'd love to turn that into a glass balloon. Chick-fil-A. I don't think I could do a Chick-fil-A logo. Oh, okay, and these ones for sure. Okay. So this one here, this is one of my new favorites. This one reminds me of Cutie Dink, which is the very first balloon that I ever replicated was Cutie Dink. And this Just Fun Cat is pretty identical, and I'd love to make that one. This one here is one of my favorite balloons. It's a balloon with balloons on it, and I've made this one before, and I'd love to make that one again. We'll put that one in the pile as well. Alright, so that's most of the pile here, but I have more. I have some more here, and I'm pretty sure this pile is of all the balloons that I want to make. Yeah, that one, of course. Oh, and then the full moon. I don't think I can make the full moon, but that's a really cool balloon right there. The peacock. This is brand new. I'd love to make that one. So many different balloons. Globy. The Meow Wolf. Okay, Meow Wolf is ridiculous. If I can make it look like that, then that's pretty good. But the way it really looks, it's ridiculous. And I was asked to try. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll try. Okay, and then a bunch of other new balloons. I don't know why I got so many of our cards all mixed up with these. Alright. Here, we'll go through the rest of these in a moment. I'll be right back. You guys can keep watching this. This is talking about the Gordon Bennett race, actually. I'll just let you watch it. That way we don't get any copyrights on the audio. All right, you guys, I'm back. So, one thing that's crazy about this is the Gordon Bennett race here. You know, these individuals at this time, you know, everyone was happy, things were going good and stuff. And I don't know when it happened specifically, but one of the balloons, they heard gunfire, so they brought their balloon down, and accidentally brought their balloon down into power lines, and destroyed their balloon, and had severe injuries. So it was quite bad, actually. The Poland team, I'm not sure if they show them or not on this show. Like I said, I don't think I watched this show the day that I flew. But the Gordon Bennett race, it's a gas race where they lifted off here from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And they flew pretty much all the way to the East Coast. But one of the balloons, when it made it to Texas, apparently they heard gunfire, rapid gunfire, so maybe automatic, semi-automatic weapon. And they decided to bring their balloon down instead of getting shot out of the air. And in doing so, they brought their balloon down into electrical wires, caused an explosion, caused their balloon to catch fire right away. They were able to escape out of the balloon. There was a eyewitness there who was filming. He went and pulled the individuals out of the basket, or at least one of them. I believe one had fallen out. The other one was still in the basket. He pulled him to safety, and within seconds, I believe the propane tank exploded. So they were very fortunate with their lives, but they have severe injuries, and I believe they're still recovering to this day. I don't know if there's any more news on what's going on here. But this was about this time here when the balloons had reached into Texas. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of crazy to see now, you know, going back. They were all happy. There was no issues. And, yeah, that's too bad. So, let's get into... I'd like to show you my perspective, but I don't know if we have time to watch the whole thing. Oops, I must have hit the wrong button here. So, in my perspective with the Balloon Fiesta, you get to see us how we inflate it. The very first fire that burns. All right, let me look this up real quick. How am I going to find this real quick? All right, and we're at an hour here. Here, we're just going to go to my channel. So we'll go to the Glassman's World here. Always go to the Glassman's World, and that way you can check out all the videos that I have up. I do a lot of live streaming, so make sure you go to the live tab here, and also into the playlist. So we're going to go into the playlist here, for this year's Balloon Fiesta. Hey, we're up to 770 subscribers. Only 30 more until we get to 800, guys. That's awesome. We're so close to that 1,000 mark. But I also have been told that now YouTube dropped it to only 500 subscribers, which it was before, and then you could get monetized. And then they brought it up to 1,000 when I was like so close to reaching at 500. I'm like, now okay, now I gotta reach 1,000. Now I think they brought it back down to 500. I'm over 500. I might be able to get monetized, but I'm not sure if I even want to. Okay, so we'll go to Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta 2023, a view from above. The full playlist right here. And you're welcome to check out all these videos. I have so many videos shared here, including all the ones from Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta Live, and so many, including ones before, winning Best of Show, making glass balloons, Rainbow Riders, getting global recognition before the Balloon Fiesta occurred. So there's so many different different videos here that I have. And I believe the one that I flew was, it says Let's Fly. Yep, here we go. Let's Fly with Dawn Patrol from Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. So it's an hour and 18 minutes. We're not going to have time to watch this whole thing right now. I don't want to take you on that long of a journey. So we're going to just kind of show some highlights of it. And I'll fast forward. Also, while I'm on field, the phone connectivity is really horrible, because you got thousands of others who are going live and using their, streaming and all that. And it's impossible sometimes to get any good stream. Alright, so we're going to go to full screen here. And I probably will have to rewind it some, because we're already 30 minutes into this here. But at this point, it's probably showing you this perspective of the balloons, like I was saying, how we're all rubbing up together with one another. Look at this balloon. This is a beautiful balloon. Luna Magic. I got a big old postcard of it, but I accidentally ripped it. I'm like, like, dang it. I got this cool sticker of this. It's like the Breaking Bad one. Breaking Bad style. He's like, here, I got one for you. He gave me this one, but he's like, here, I got one for you. Here's a Breaking Bad one. Like, cool. Balloon Fiesta Discovery Center. My daughter earned this pin for going through the Discovery Center. I was like, wait, can I do that? I want that pin. I don't know what it says. My eyes are so bad. It's a passport pin. The Balloon Discovery Center passport. So that's what it is. It's a passport pin for earning your passport. Okay, so this is me filming here and up in the air flying. So we're still waiting for the sun to come out, as you can see. But let's get the perspective of what it looked like inflating the balloon, and let's maybe bring down the volume some. We're gonna actually have the audio play here, or try to. On patrol once again with Polar Dawn balloon. You can see I got the official cruise shirt on. See, so I wore that shirt like every day, washed it once throughout the week. That's also what it entails. Waking up early. Oh, you can see the polar bears. Floating Oasis, we are on row M. I am flying today, so we'll be going up in the polar bears. We'll have good signal. if the signal's bad right now in Balloon Fiesta Park, maybe it'll get better. I hope it gets better if it's really bad. We got our zebras here on the side, ready to launch us when we're ready here. Balloons are coming up. We're surrounded by Tim Taylor's red, white, and blue. We got floating Oasis. We got the Chick-fil-A. My friend Leah Black is singing the national anthem this morning at 7 a.m. or right before 7 a.m. Right before the opening ceremony of the actual Math Ascension. But this morning, Dawn Patrol, we're not officially part of Math Ascension. We will have our very own Dawn Patrol Math Ascension. So I gotta stay right here, guys, and stay close. As soon as Rick says get in, then I'll be getting in. Yeah, so as soon as he says get in, I need to be there. It helps to hold the weight down for the balloon. I become a ballast, basically. Here we go, guys. When we land, I have to stay in the balloon. Or whoever's flying with him has to stay in the balloon to be the ballast. To actually help. So the pilot's getting ready. He's about to get the burner going here. So we're going to have front row seats right here, guys. I'm just going to stay behind him so I don't distract him. So as you can see, we got the mama bear, baby bear. There's the bears. Our pilot loves polar bears, so if you ever want to send him a gift, just send him polar bear. Lucky number 3, the magic 3. Here we go. I get to fly, guys. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? Because I'm ready. I am so ready. Been waiting for this all year. It's exciting to fly, guys. I get so excited. I really do. My sister was asking me if I get paid or how this works. Pretty much I volunteer my time all week. I've been dedicated to this crew we figured out since 2015. So I believe this is my 8th year, or do we count 2015 and now it's my 9th? Yeah, so I've been crewing for a long time. All volunteer, no pay. The flight is my pay. And the thing is not every pilot flies their crew. We have a really awesome pilot who he rewards us in that way, giving us free flights out of Balloon Fiesta Park. What is this all about? I pretty much volunteer all week, it's hours and hours and hours of volunteer time. No pay. This is the pay right here, guys. This is the payoff. That's what I just told you guys. With Mr. Rick Jones. He is one of the best balloon pilots in the world. He's invited to so many different events. He just flew over Mount Kilimanjaro. He flew through the eclipse years ago in the, I believe, over the Andes. Or, I don't know if that's the same place where Argentina is, down south. So he's already flown in an eclipse. He actually says he'd rather not fly in an eclipse again. The wind and the thermos, quite unpredictable. Yeah, so he didn't want to fly in the eclipse if we had that opportunity, but no one flew. No balloons went up for the eclipse. The video is good. So this is us doing a cold inflate where we got the fans on. You can hear the fans going, right? The video will get better when we're up in the flight. And if not, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry if I don't have good signal for you guys. I should have brought the mobile Wi-Fi spot. We brought it out one time and we never used it. We never even tried it out. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First burn. So you got two guys on the sides. They're holding the mouth open. Make sure the fabric doesn't get burned. Keeping it nice and wide. Yeah, the fabric, you can see like steam coming off of it. I don't know if it's moisture from it picking up from the grass. You see, as soon as it heats it up, that balloon just wants to just lift. See that? We're going hot air on the inside against cold air on the outside. Super early in the morning. So why balloons only fly in the early morning, or else you'd be competing with the heat of the sun on the outside of the balloon. You want it to be cold on the outside, hot on the inside of the balloon. So winter days, you could probably fly during the day because it's cold enough. All right, so I might have jumped in at that point. And then I have to get the lights ready here. Oh yeah, I was asking for my glasses. I'm like, uh-oh, I need my sunglasses. I'm going to be blind up here. So I asked one of our children on the crew to help me with that. He came and he got me my bag, got my glasses out, put my bag back for me. So we have young crew members as well that come out and help as well. They give away the balloon cards. A lot of people don't know that. You can go to all the different balloon pilots and crews and ask them for balloon cards. And if we have them, we'll give them away. And if we don't, we'll just have to apologize and say, sorry, we ran out this year. We'll have more next year. Or we ran out today, we'll have more during the rest of the week. So now we got zebras coming here. These are the officiators that tell us when we can and can't launch. So this is the same exact thing of what we were watching just a moment ago, but this is now from my perspective, my camera, and everything that's going on, taking photos before flights, making sure I went to the bathroom first before I got stuck in a balloon. You know, you got to always make sure you go to the bathroom first. Don't drink too much coffee in the mornings, just in case you might go flying. You never know. You never know. I got volunteered this morning. I didn't know I was going to fly at the best mass ascension dawn patrol that we had all year for the Balloon Fiesta 2023. I was a part of that. That's huge. That's amazing to be a part of the most spectacular part of the show that we were of. And there's so many different spectacular parts of the show, of the whole entire show. It's not just this one day because we did this. But I'm just saying, this was definitely like history in the making. For me, for, you know, a lot of people have never seen this before. All launching all at once. So this is crew talking and just us chatting away. Real calm, getting ready to fly. Thousands of feet up in the air. I'm just making up words that rhyme with peg, meg, leg, beg. Seg, way. All right. So we're just going to let this play out a little bit. Not the whole thing. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but for those of you who haven't seen, it's just cool to watch the whole launch and everything. So I'm sitting in the basket. I'm getting the lighting ready. There's going to be times when I put the camera down and you can't see anything. You can see them walking out the balloon now, see? So they get it light enough, and then it just kind of floats right above the ground. And the crew just helps it. So you got them walking out. You got the other balloons walking out right now. I'm the last minute. I like your crystal. I've never done this. So, whoa. the zebra said she never done this. And I was like, wait, you mean like you never launched a balloon? I think what she meant was she never launched them all as a mass ascension and stagnated in that whole pattern.
But the basic line is we're all ready, and you can hear what we're doing. We're all ready. You should all be blowing your whistles when you without controls.
It's funny, our pilot's briefing her on what to do. 2, 1, all burn. So then we all burn. See that? So you can hear the radio there. So that's all part of the show, guys. Doing the all burn and the flicker burn. There's flicker. Flicker, flicker, flicker. See? So you get flicker burns and you get all burns. And then you get Rick Jones with his poof, 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 poof. You guys see that?
I don't know what station or what channel that is, but.
And then TV stations and channels are always out there, so we're always on the news or on the different Balloon Fiesta Live, the show, the actual show, or other people's shows, or just whatever. That flame is so warm. When he kicks it on, it gets really nice and warm.
I got what station it is. Channel 7 or something.
Okay, there's 4 people on the basket.
I think it was channel 4. No one went to go see what it was. I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm like, go check and see which news footage that is. That way we can tune in and see who's filming us.
Yeah, I turned them on already.
Yeah, so we got the lights on, all ready to go. So I got the camera down because I need my hands at this point. So you're not going to get any good footage. Except the fire's right above me here. Hands off means we're launching. So now we're flying. There we go.
It's outside to the bottom. Okay.
Lights out to the bottom of the basket. And then once we get up a little bit more, then we bring the other light down. Now when we launched on the other video, if you remember, we just like stayed hovered like this. We started floating to the other side above the trucks. We went, instead of going south like we normally go, we went a little bit north. We got pushed over the vehicles. So we had to, like, I was telling people, watch out, like, heads up, like, you don't want to get hit with that basket. So now you can see just a little boof, poof, poof. Keeps lifting us up a little bit. Alright, so then he told me to bring the other light down. So now we got 2 lights.
close. This is awesome.
Really close. All right.
Let's shake these guys' hands. So close. Right. Look at that. We're all kissing right here.
We're all kissing.
Is that called the three corners?
Is that called the three corners? Instead of the four corners, it's the three corners of all the balloons touching each other. There's balloons.
They're flying over Albuquerque.
On the floor.
Beautiful show, guys. I've never been in anything like this. Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, right away I knew. I was like, wow, never been in anything like this, like all connected together. And like I said, sorry about the connectivity. This is the best that I could do, but there is another video footage from Floating Oasis, that beautiful balloon that I want to attempt one day soon. This one here. So these guys, Floating Oasis, I think you can find them on, what is it, AZ Flyers or something? They're from Arizona. And they have an awesome video. Maybe I'll make sure I put that link down below and you guys can check out their video. It's so much more clear. It's like high definition and, you know, so better than this here. And at some point you can actually see her in the balloon reaching out to another balloon, and she starts walking the balloon away from their gondola so they don't pierce it and puncture it. I thought they were just reaching out to the balloon just to touch it, like, we're that close, let's touch it. Like, no, they were actually doing work. I didn't realize it when I was filming it. Yeah, I really wish that I could have gotten better footage. It's so choppy and pixelated. And I was thinking too, I'm like, man, I'm live, I'm filming. I don't know how good the footage is.
This is so awesome.
Like, do I want to save this experience, or do I want to turn off the video and start taking pictures? So I just kept it live. But I'll be able to get other footage and video from other people.
You just bounce right off each other. That's so awesome. It's got a nice spin going.
Some of the balloons have side vents.
Wow, look how close they are.
So when they open them up or allow them to be open, the balloon will just start spinning. I don't know if they have a way to open them and close them like the chute, or if they just open them and they're always open, they just always spin. Like, you get dizzy in those balloons or what? Just a constant spin, you're always just woo.
What accurate shot, guys. I wish I had another camera to take photos.
Yeah, that's when I realized, like, man, I'm missing, like, all the lights in the city, all these balloons, how close we are. You can't be much closer than this. This is, like, front row. Like, you get front row, but then you're, like, actually part of the front row. You know, like, there's always that line in between the crowd and the stage, and you got the bouncers working right there. That's like where we're at right here. But yeah, the footage is horrible, choppy, but you can see like that, like when they have the burners on, you can just see how close we are to the other balloons. It's so ridiculous. And I wish I knew where Floating Oasis, where their channel is, and we could see that footage. But I won't drag this out much further. We're already almost to 2 hours. I'd like to keep these Glasscast episodes at 2 hours and under. If I can keep them at an hour, that would be preferable. Look at that. Okay, so that's where she's touching the balloon, but she's actually keeping it away. And she's pushing it away.
Any closer than that. That is so amazing.
Right. And I didn't realize that they were actually like keeping things safe. I really did not realize just what
That's so cool.
how precarious this was.
We'll get some propane down there.
So we're gonna be flying over propane here. Which is also another thing, like, are they venting propane? Probably not. When they know they're going to have balloons flying over, they probably got it all closed off. You know, you got to fill up at a certain time, and then they have it closed. So, they take a lot of safety precautions. But we will be flying over propane here, guys, in just a moment, and you'll hear them. Flying over propane. And then you can see on the ground there's other balloons inflating, and they're about to get ready to do the national anthem, I believe. Maybe, unless that was just one of our balloons just really below us.
That was awesome. Beautiful moon out. Some sort of planet there.
Yeah, either Jupiter or Venus.
Yeah.
It's such a cool view to see the tops of other balloons when you're flying. That's the only other time you get to see our polar bears, is if you're flying above us, looking down.
So I'll probably stay real quiet, but you guys are welcome to comment.
Yeah, so I like to stay quiet so our pilot can listen in on his earphones, his earbuds. He can hear the directions of things. I'm waving by to the field. We're floating away now.
2 days, not last two, the first 2 days. I believe we went.
What's crazy is we flew really far north right here, away from the field. This is the whole entire balloon field right here. This whole circle of lights right there, that's balloon field, right?
I believe the second day was about.
So we're all flown away. We're still all clustered together still, kind of.
You can see there's a darkness in the sky right there. There's some sort of storm out there, guys. So we'll probably bring it.
That storm never built up because the chemtrails dissipated all the clouds before they were able to actually build up anything.
Right there out of the moon.
And we already went over propane, I'm pretty sure.
Day, they had a 17-mile-per-hour landing, which is quite.
So at some point here, we end up going back towards the field, where then, you know, you go up a certain height or you go down a certain height or whatever, and we got carried back south. So right now we're getting carried north, and then we get carried back south. We go over the whole entire field, where then the rest of the balloons are all flying and launching. But look at that. Look at that skyline. Like, you don't get any better view than from a balloon. To see the whole entire city, and then while you're flying with balloons, like, that is just spectacular. If you ever want to experience Balloon Fiesta in this way, and you're there, and you're responsible, and you can listen to simple direction, you want to come crew with us, Like, we can't take 1,000,000 people or whatever, but you know, we can take one or two of you, bring you in on the crew. There's some days when we're short-handed and we could really use your help. But a lot of times, you know, we got such a good team, good crew. We have a lot of friends that want to come and help and fill in and stuff, and so we usually don't have that issue anymore, being short-handed. We have a fun crew. We have a lot of fun, good times. And what's interesting is, you know, we don't all hang out throughout the rest of the year. Our pilot is from Concord, New Hampshire. We only see him once a year for that week, and that's it. You know, everyone else on the crew, we don't hang out throughout the week. We don't really see each other or anything like that. You know, it's quite interesting. So, it's like family where you only see them like once a year during Thanksgiving or during Christmas, you know. And you get to have some good times together. And there may be a little bit of quarrels and beefs or whatever, but other than that, you know, it's usually all good times and great memories. And if you get the right people to work together, you know, and you got to have the right people, because we're waking up so early in the morning. You can't have people who are cranky in the morning, you know. It's like, damn, who pissed in your coffee? You got to have some good people who can wake up early in the morning and be ready for a good time and go where the wind may carry you. All right, well, I don't know what else to share with you guys. I just know that I had an excellent experience there. All of Balloon Fiesta, I was there every day. I was there even the day before on Friday. They had Albuquerque Aloft, where they had balloons launching from different schools, and that's where I met my friend Matt Fitch, or re met him, and found out he's a musician, and we've played many shows together, and he flies a balloon. And now, you know, if I reach out to them, if they're flying during the year, I might be able to go and hang out with them and go play with balloons during the during the weeks and during the, you know, the off season. I guess Fiesta's the season and everything else is off season. I decided though this year I'll be making glass balloons year round and making replicas. I have, as you can see, I have all of these balloons to make. A whole stack of balloons to make, guys. Like a bunch of balloons, and not just one of each. Like, you know, some of these I have to make a dozen for the whole entire crew, for the pilot, the crew, and everything. So it's a lot of balloons that I have to make. I'll be busy year round making these balloons. And then of course, you know, be doing the drop of water. Always, water is life. Every drop counts. And I'll be mixing that all up together, making water drop themed balloons and water is life themed balloons and things like that, where we can still have the message with the balloons going. Having beautiful blue balloons or water drop style balloons. You know, there is actually a balloon that's an upside down balloon. So it's actually a water drop because it's upside down. It's a special shaped balloon. I don't know how they did it, but they put a basket on the top of it, so it looks like it's upside down. Like, oh no, the balloon, like, no. People see it, they've called the cops, they've called for emergency. Like, oh no, there's a balloon upside down, the people are gonna fall out. Like, no, that's impossible. You can't fly a balloon upside down. The air and the envelope will always be up top. You know, unless like you go into a tornado and it gets flipped all around, but you're not going to be flying in those conditions ever. You shouldn't be. But yeah, we fly for a while until the sun comes up, and then you get to see the reflection of our balloon in the water and things, and it's just a beautiful thing, you guys. If you haven't experienced flying in a balloon, one of the best ways that you can experience this is by jumping on a crew. And even if you can't jump on with Polar Dawn and Dawn Patrol, there are so many balloonists that, if you can get onto like some of the Facebook balloon pages and groups, there's a lot of people that are asking for help. The week of Balloon Fiesta, they're posting like, "Hey, we need some crew members. Anyone want to come in and help?" All you gotta do is say yes, and then show up. Say yes and show up, and that's it. And then it's gonna be fun. Maybe bring some money if you want to go buy yourself some souvenirs when you have your off time after you're done working and crewing and chasing. Because right now I'm in the balloon. I'm just flying around having a good old time. The rest of the crew, as soon as we left the field, they started packing up everything. They packed up the fan. They got that back on the trailer. They had to make sure that it was all secured with the straps. They had to get all of the cones. We use traffic cones out there on the field to help with crowd control. You got to keep the crowds back from the balloon for safety. You don't want the balloon to launch right into a crowd of people, so you keep people back away from the balloon. You keep them away from the fan. You keep them away from. There's a tow line that, for safety, we're actually connected to the truck, to the vehicle. If we just start floating away for some unknown reason, we're actually strapped to the vehicle until the pilot decides to pull the release, which then we fly. At that point, that's when we fly. And so, there's a lot of stuff that right now the crew is doing. They're getting all that stuff loaded up. They're getting everyone loaded up. But before that, they have to also do more crowd control. They have to get the vehicle off the field. And that's a crowded field of people all surrounding these balloons. They just took off. Now there's crowds of people there waiting for more balloons. So we have to then tell everyone to go to the side, left to right, and we start driving through the crowd very carefully and cautiously, and we all walk with the vehicle to make sure we have our headlamps on and our flashlights and whatever we need, and we walk out carefully, and we make sure that the chase vehicle gets out to the top, and then everyone loads back in, and then we start to chase. But at this point, there's no point on the vehicles leaving anywhere anytime soon. So at this point, it's like a potty break, and everyone's using the porta potties up top, getting whatever they need, and then all communicating. Okay, where do you want to meet right now? It seems like they're going in this direction, so let's go meet here. We ended up like just going back and forth like this and staying in the same area. That the crew could have just stayed in one spot for a minute and waited for us to just come down a little bit and say, okay, we're gonna bring the balloon down here pretty soon, and then they can start chasing at that point. But it's fun to just also drive around and see if you can figure out where do you think he's gonna land. I played a game on the maps where we're using our phones, right, and we got the maps out, and we're like, okay, they're going in this direction. So they're going to go all the way out to Rio Rancho or something. I was like, okay, I think he's going to land somewhere right here. Bing! And I put an actual, I put a little tab down and I pinned where I thought he was going to land. And I was only off by like maybe a mile or so. I was like, well, what's the leeway? Do I got like a 5 mile radius? Like what, what's the game we're playing here? Like what are the rules? So I thought that was pretty fun. But you never know where the winds are going to carry them and how long they may fly, and they may want to try to go back to the river and play in the river. It's cool to see the train going by and stuff like that from that height. And then right now you see the silhouette of the mountain. The sun's coming up, and very soon it's going to peek over through like this area right here and come in, and it lights up the whole rest of the west side first. So that sun will pop up, and it'll light up like all the city way out here first because over in here is still underneath the shadow. So it's really cool to see how the city like lights up when the sun comes up. When you're part of Dawn Patrol, like this is something you get to experience is a sunrise from the sky. Such a beautiful thing. It's amazing, guys. I can't like if you can be a part of Dawn Patrol and crew for someone in Dawn Patrol and they fly you, it's an amazing experience. It's why I got hooked and why I go every year, and it's probably why our pilot has a really fun and really awesome, hardworking crew, because he flies as many of us as he possibly can in the days that he possibly can get us in, you know. And every once in a while, you know, I don't think we did it this year, but every once in a while we'll do like a half a flight for one person, and we'll land somewhere, and then he'll take off from that spot and go fly again for like another hour or so and get two people's flights in a day, and that's really cool. So this was Monday, what was it, October 9th, I believe, and this was Dawn Patrol, us taking off all in a mass ascension all together all at once, and me being able to fly with Polar Dawn here and with our pilot Rick Jones, and just a beautiful, spectacular takeoff of the mass ascension. And I just wanted to share that with you. As you can see now that we've left the park and all the other hundreds of thousands of people who are trying to use the signal, you can see now that this is actually better, a little bit better quality of video and everything. I'm filming this right here because this is my friend's old spot. We used to actually farm down here. We used to grow food. So I was just checking it out. The river out there, the Bosque. It's getting lit up now. But yeah, I don't really have anything more to share with you guys. I just wanted to give you a little experience on what it's like being a crew member, being able to fly, being able to go out there, collect all the different cards, but then also, you know, being a glass blower and being able to get all these different orders and requests. You know, this is actually a request. Someone wanted specifically a red, gold, and green, without the black, red, gold, and green colors. And then this is also one that's a replica balloon, which I don't have the card for. I wish I had the card for that one. That would have been cool to go collect the card. And yeah, we got so many different ones. I also got this really cool pin from Chris, one of our crew members. Thank you so much. Number 37. That's the year 37. So we're now on the 51st, going into the 52nd Balloon Fiesta. And as I was showing you at the beginning of this video, they already have it ready to go. Next year's Balloon Fiesta, October 5th through the 13th. So if you guys want to be a part of it, I would highly recommend booking your Airbnbs or getting your RVs and your RV parking right away. I think RV parking goes up in January, and I've been told that it sells out right away. So you need to be online with your credit card ready to go. But people get their spaces and then they sell them online, but you ought to be real careful with that because of the scammers too. But yeah, hotels, Airbnbs, get those before it's, you know, get them like months in advance, because if not, you're going to be paying even more for the fees and everything, and for your stay, compared to if you just get it, you know, on the off season. Make sure you get there early. That way you avoid traffic. We leave and meet our crew at like 3:45 is when my ride comes and gets me usually, and we go nearby the park up there, like around Paseo and Edith area, and we meet up with the crew, and we are all hopping in the van and getting to the park at that point by like 4:20 in the morning. So if you want to make sure that you're not stuck in traffic, and the thing is we don't have to worry about waiting in those lines of traffic. So we're getting there at that time. You may want to actually be getting there a little bit sooner, or being in traffic at that before that point, if you want to actually catch a dawn patrol. I don't know how many people get there that early and actually make it in on the lines. They probably get there more closer to like 6, 7 o'clock instead of like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. But I know the park is open really early, and you can get there early, go get your food right away, and then walk out to the field before Dawn Patrol starts inflating, and then you get to see the whole entire event, and you get to see the whole entire balloon glow in the morning. Every morning there's a balloon glow. Most people only know about the balloon glows in the evening times, which is on the weekends and on the Special Shapes Day on Thursday. And, people don't realize that Dawn Patrol is a balloon glow every morning, but you have to get there early. We fly at 6 a.m., so you got to get there by 5:30, so you have to be like in traffic, and on your way in by like 4:30 in the morning. So be leaving your house at like 4 o'clock, 4 in the morning, and be on your way to the park by 4 a.m. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. It's gonna be a beautiful year again next year. Balloon Fiesta, number 52. All right, you guys, I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a talk on what it's like to be a crew member. My experience there, my experience flying. This is only one day, guys. I have so many stories to share, so many different things that went on. You know, playing the simulators, taking my family out for the whole Special Shapes Day, or for Kids Day on Friday. It was just amazing times, amazing memories, and um, just hanging out with such wonderful people for the whole week, and being able to fly with one of the best pilots in the world, Mr. Rick Jones. Thank you so much, Rick, for all of this, for this whole entire experience and everything. I really appreciate you allowing me to be a part of your crew, and for trusting me in the first couple years, and asking me back and allowing me to be part of it. And now we get to fly together and have fun and joke around, and and have some real cool stories to share with each other every year. So, and maybe one year I'll be able to go on tour with you and fly around the world and be your crew member in different countries around the world. That would be an amazing experience. At least somewhere else in the country here. But being said, I'm a balloonatic, guys, and I'm gonna be making glass balloons all year, throughout the year from now on, because of this Best of Show ribbon right here. Much love and gratitude still to KOB4, to the New Mexico State Fair Expo, New Mexico State Fair. Thank you so much for that boost of confidence right here, and allowing me to know that the glass balloons I've been making are worthy, are award winning now. All right, you guys have a beautiful day. Love and blessings. I'm out. I'll see you on the next Glass Cast, episode 13, coming up soon.